Hello, in this video, we're focusing on the practical concepts that you can actually apply in the real business world. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get on with it. Today, we'll explore how companies can make a profit by selling parts of their business without compromising the strength or value of their brand. This approach helps organizations focus on their core activities while still maintaining customer trust and brand reputation. As we go through the presentation, we'll cover strategies that balance financial gain with brand consistency, making sure the company comes out stronger on both fronts. Many companies see divestitures as a form of loss, losing control, capabilities, or brand presence. But the reality is quite different. Some of the most successful businesses have actually grown faster and strengthened their brand by strategically divesting. Take IBM, for example, which shifted its focus and grew by selling off hardware units. Procter & Gamble improved profitability by trimming down its portfolio to focus on core products. Disney simplified its operations and kept its brand strong by exiting parts of the business that didn't fit well. So, divestitures are not about retreating or giving up. When done right, they become powerful tools to drive growth, improve focus, and create more value for shareholders. The images here show growth and progress, illustrating how letting go of some parts can help the whole company move upward more effectively. When a company approaches divestitures with care and precision, it can open the door to significant profit opportunities without losing its core brand value. In fact, divesting the right parts of a business can even strengthen the brand by allowing the company to focus on its most important areas. This video will guide you through how businesses can achieve this balance. You'll see why divestitures are important, the steps needed to execute them well, and real examples to illustrate the process. We'll also discuss the risks and benefits involved, and most importantly, share key strategies that experienced leaders use to come out of divestitures not just intact, but stronger and more competitive. Companies choose to divest for various reasons, like focusing on their core strengths, better capital allocation, or improving operational efficiency. The most significant benefits come down to three main outcomes. First, divesting non-core assets helps leaders concentrate their resources, energy, and creativity on the parts of the business that truly define and set their brand apart. This sharper focus makes the company more agile and competitive. Second, by selling off divisions that either have low profit margins or require a lot of capital, the company can improve its overall financial health. The money freed from those weaker areas can then be invested into higher performing parts of the business, driving better returns on invested capital and supporting growth. This leads to a stronger, more efficient company, better positioned for the future. Divestitures often improve how people see a brand because focusing on fewer things helps make the brand clearer and stronger. With a more defined brand, companies can stand out by doing what they do best. The money gained from selling parts of the business can then be used to invest in new ideas, enter new markets, or update technology, which keeps the business growing and competitive. Additionally, getting rid of less relevant areas reduces complexity, lowers costs, and speeds up decision-making, helping the company stay nimble and better focused on its core strategies. This combination of clearer branding, reinvestment opportunities, and more efficient operations drives real value for the business. The first step in profiting from divestitures without losing your brand is to identify assets that are non-core but still valuable. These might be parts of your business that no longer fit with your long-term strategy, even though they remain profitable, or might be operationally complex and heavy on assets, which can drag down your margins. Be successful in their own right, but don't reinforce your core brand identity. Selling these assets to buyers whose goals and strengths align better with them can create value for both sides. This way, you streamline your company, sharpen your focus, and maintain a strong, coherent brand, while also unlocking financial benefits from the divested business units. The images here show how divesting these valuable pieces fits together like a puzzle, and how discussions between parties lead to the right outcome for all involved. A divestiture is more than just a financial transaction. It's a story that shapes how people see the company. To keep the brand strong, it's essential first to clarify the brand promise. This means clearly stating what the company will stand for after the divestiture, whether it's innovation, quality, customer experience, speed, or leadership in the market. Next, update the brand guidelines to make sure all communication, visual identity, and products stay consistent and aligned with that promise. And finally, communicate early and clearly with everyone inside the company and the outside world. Leaving things unsaid creates confusion and weakens the brand. Clear, upfront communication helps protect the brand's value during this change. When divesting a part of your business, it's important to manage brand risk carefully. And one way to do that is by using transitional agreements. Transitional service agreements, or TSAs, provide the buyer with essential support in areas like IT, HR, and supply chain for a set time, which helps keep operations smooth and protects the brand's reputation during the handover. Brand licensing agreements let the buyer use your brand temporarily, so customers experience continuity and trust remains intact. Another helpful approach is co-branding or powered by arrangements, where the parent brand lends credibility to the new owner as they grow the asset, making the transition feel more seamless and reassuring for customers. These strategies work together to maintain brand trust while enabling a frictionless and profitable divestiture. When choosing buyers for divested assets, it's important to look beyond just the price. The right buyer should be able to grow the asset and align with your brand's values. Avoid buyers whose values clash with yours, as this can harm your brand's reputation. Focus on buyers who bring operational or strategic benefits, creating synergy that helps both parties. Consider their culture, how they treat customers and employees, and their standing in the industry. This careful selection helps maintain your brand's legacy and protects its value, even after the asset is no longer part of your business. You can increase the value you get from divestitures by structuring deals that include earn-outs, where you receive additional payments based on how well the asset performs after the sale. Joint ventures are another option, letting you keep part ownership and influence so the brand stays aligned with your vision. Royalty streams offer ongoing revenue tied to intellectual property, distribution, or branding rights, creating a continuous income source. Licensing deals also help maintain the brand presence, even though the operations are transferred to the buyer. These approaches let you free up capital while still holding onto brand influence, which protects your core identity and maximizes profit at the same time. After a divestiture, there's a unique chance to sharpen focus on your remaining business lines. This might mean streamlining product lines to remove overlaps or outdated items, repositioning your brand in the market to better connect with your target audience, increasing investment in marketing to boost visibility and engagement, or even refreshing your brand's image through a relaunch. Improving the customer experience will also play a key role, ensuring loyalty and satisfaction with the core offerings. Sometimes pursuing new acquisitions that align closely with the future direction of your brand can help reinforce growth and resilience. When done well, these efforts can lead to a significantly stronger brand presence and higher overall value following the divestiture. When IBM decided to sell its PC division to Lenovo in 2005, many worried this move might weaken its brand, since PCs had been a key part of its identity. However, IBM used this divestiture to clearly shift its focus toward high-value services and enterprise technology. Instead of losing ground, IBM improved its profitability and return on invested capital by emphasizing its strengths in business-to-business solutions. This strategy not only helped IBM grow its high-margin services, but also strengthened its global brand as a leader in enterprise technology, demonstrating how a well-planned divestiture can protect and even enhance a company's core brand. Between 2014 and 2016, Procter & Gamble took a significant step in refining its brand portfolio by selling off over 100 underperforming or non-core brands, including Duracell and certain beauty products. This strategic move helped P&G focus on their strongest categories, resulting in several key benefits. First, they were able to achieve higher profit margins by concentrating resources on more profitable brands. Additionally, the brand identity became clearer and more coherent, making it easier for consumers to connect with and recognize P&G's core products. Finally, the company saw major gains in operational efficiency, streamlining processes and reducing complexity across the business. This example shows how purposeful divestitures can strengthen a company's market position without diluting its brand. When Disney sold Miramax Films in 2010, the company made a strategic decision to focus more on family-friendly content and its major blockbuster franchises. This divestiture helped Disney strengthen its brand identity by unifying it around the core values that resonate with its main audience. It also allowed Disney to better align its resources and marketing efforts with its strongest assets like Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars, which have since received significant investment and growth. The result was a clearer, more focused brand that could leverage its flagship franchises more effectively while moving away from the diverse and sometimes conflicting content Miramax represented. Coca-Cola's sale of its bottling operations in the 2010s is a great example of how divesting capital-intensive parts of the business can benefit the overall brand. Bottling plants, Coca-Cola could concentrate more on what it does best, building its brand, marketing effectively, and driving product innovation. This shift led to a significant reduction in costs since managing bottling plants is expensive and resource heavy. More importantly, it allowed the company to have a clearer focus on its core strengths, making its brand messaging more consistent and simple. It also improved the company's speed and agility, enabling quicker responses to market changes and consumer trends without the burden of running the manufacturing side. Essentially, this move helped Coca-Cola become more streamlined and forward-focused while maintaining the strength and value of its brand. Divesting parts of a business offers several key benefits. First, it frees up capital that can be used to invest in innovation, make acquisitions, or reduce debt. This financial flexibility is crucial for growth and stability. Additionally, divestitures help sharpen a company's strategic focus by creating a clearer, more coherent brand identity. This focus often leads to higher profit margins because selling off underperforming or asset-heavy divisions reduces costs and improves efficiency. The organization also becomes more agile with fewer distractions and leaner operations, allowing it to respond faster to market changes. Lastly, a more focused brand tends to have stronger equity, making it easier to market and fostering greater customer loyalty. Together, these advantages make divestitures a powerful tool for improving overall business health and competitiveness. When divesting a business unit, it's important to consider several risks. First, poor communication can lead to customer confusion about what's changing, which may harm loyalty. There's also the risk of brand dilution if the buyer doesn't manage the asset well, since negative outcomes can reflect back on your brand reputation. Internally, employees might experience cultural anxiety, worrying about potential further cuts or instability, which can affect morale and productivity. Additionally, transitional costs like legal fees, transition service agreements, and operational changes can add up quickly. Lastly, selling a division means giving up any future upside in case the buyer scales that business successfully, so you might miss out on potential growth and profits down the road. It's crucial to weigh these risks alongside the advantages to make an informed decision. Divestitures don't mean a company is struggling. They show discipline and strategic maturity. When done thoughtfully, selling off non-core assets can make a company stronger and more profitable while clarifying its brand identity for customers and investors. To succeed, it's important to identify which parts of the business don't belong in the core strategy, protect the brand story during transitions, and choose the right buyers to avoid damage to reputation. Smart deal structures and transitional agreements help maintain influence even after divestiture, and reinvesting in core strengths keeps the business focused on its most valuable areas. When executed well, divestitures bring more than just financial benefits. They also elevate the brand and sharpen its focus, which is a crucial advantage in today's competitive market. Sometimes the best way to move forward is by letting go of what no longer fits the future vision. If you found this video useful, there's plenty of more business and finance videos on the channel that you'll enjoy watching and get great practical value from. In the meantime, thanks for watching.